Hello again, Card Community. It's RJ back with another video. Let's get to it. Today is a celebration all things Phillies. You'll note the little plastic cups in front of you, little plastic hats. Get those at the stadium when you buy soft serve ice cream at the Phillies stadium. Comes in these little plastic hat caps. I'm not sure if everybody else does that, but that's what happens out here at Citizens Bank Park. Celebrating the Phillies today because my word, they sure could use it. They are doing terrible this season. They have a great team, but the bullpen is just atrocious. They're on pace to set the major league record for the most games in which there was a blown save. So I'm here to celebrate the Phillies. Today's random Mike Schmidt item collectible of the day is this mini bat. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Just one of those, 14-inch, 17-inch long wooden bats. It says genuine Mike Schmidt, Philadelphia Phillies on the logo. The Louisville Slugger, Hilliard and Bradsby, Louisville logo. Cooperstown Collection moniker there. Nothing fancy. It sits on my shelf. I like it a lot. I am jealous. I saw one guy on the YouTube who had a collection of mini bats, I believe, for the Dodgers. Various, sometimes blue, sometimes white, sometimes wooden, and he had them all autographed, like maybe 30 or 40 of them, and he had quite the display. Autographs is not something I go out of my way to collect too much of, so I'm not going to start that for the Phillies, but it was quite the impressive collection. So mini bats can be a great thing to have. My random baseball collectible of the day, obviously it's Phillies related, but it's a series of books about some of the various World Series Phillies teams. Phillies have been in a few World Series, 1915, 1950, 80, and 93, and then, or 83, and 80 and 83, and 93, 2008 and 2009. They won twice. Here's one of them. They won in 1980, and this is a book highlighting that victory. You can't lose them all. The year the Phillies finally won the World Series, because in 1980 they've been around since 1883 and had never won the World Series. In fact, the 1980 World Series is only the third year they'd even appeared in a World Series in almost 100 years. So the Phillies were not a fantastic franchise by any means. Still aren't, sadly. But this book is highlighting the 80 World Series team. Then another book I have is highlighting the 1993 team that everybody loved so much. Macho Row, the 1993 Phillies and Baseball's Unwritten Code, by a guy named William C. Cashethouse. Cashethouse? Don't know. But it's obviously all about that great 93 team. And I mean, if you look at the cover photo there, you're not going to see a more motley crew than this. You got Kruk and Dalton, Hollins, Mitch Williams, and Lenny Dykstra. The kind of guys you don't want to see in a back alley or have your daughter bring home to meet the parents kind of thing. But there they are in all their splendor. And then lastly, with the 2008 winners, I got this one here, Worth the Wait, Tales of the 2008 Phillies, by ESPN's Jason Stark. And this one I was actually able to get autographed. Jason was having since I'm in the Philadelphia area, and so is he. He was doing a book signing. I was able to get this autographed. To Ron, your wait for that parade is over. Enjoy the book, Jason Stark. So there you go, a few books in my collection that celebrate Philadelphia Phillies World Series teams. Today's trivia question, obviously it's a Phillies-related trivia question. One of the earlier ballparks the Phillies played in was a ballpark known as the Baker Bowl. It was the first construction of all concrete ever made. And I want to mean all concrete, like the decking, where the people sat was all concrete. The superstructure was still wood, like the roof, the pillars and whatnot, and a lot of times had some wood elements to them, but the grandstands and the seating, for the most part, were a concrete structure. And it was hailed as a wonder when it was first there, but it became obsolete pretty quick when bigger stadiums got built in the early 1900s. But it had all kinds of problems over the years, multiple fires of the roof structure, multiple structural damages. It was a mess. But the Phillies played diligently up until like the mid 30s, and then eventually they shared Shibe Park or Connie Mack Stadium with the Philadelphia Athletics for a long time until the A's moved out and went to Kansas City. And then the Phillies occupied it until about 71 when the vet opened. Anyway, Baker Bowl in 1903 had one of its many structural damages occur. And for a few months in 1903, they played in a different location. What was the name of the park, the grounds that the Phillies played at in 1903 temporarily while Baker Bowl was under repair? Be the first person to email me with that correct answer. I'll repeat the question in the comments in the description, and I'll include my email. Please email me. Please do not comment, because I've noticed sometimes people comment on my trivia questions, and that kind of ruins it for the people who are still trying to guess. So if you want to guess, please email me your guess. Don't leave a comment, please. All right? The prize is going to be a pack of Phillies player cards. I got 30 of them to send out. Try to get some of the legends of the Phillies. Some of them aren't legends, but longtime Phillies. Grover Cleveland Alexander, a Hall of Fame pitcher. He was a member of that 1915 World Series team. Marlon Anderson, this is his 2003 Topps card. Richie Ashburn, member of the 1950 team. Steve Bedrosian won the 1987 Cy Young Award for the Phillies. Here's a current player, Alec Bohm. This is his Bowman 2021 rookie card. Ricky Bottalico, reliever for the Phillies. He was our lone representative of the 1996 All-Star game, which was at Philadelphia, and he's a current broadcaster for the Phillies. Steve Young, 1981 Donruss card. Darren Dalton, 1995 Topps, actually. Yeah. Here is a Lenny Dykstra Topps card. I want to say this is from 96, is it? No, actually this is from 97. I can't even tell. Yeah, 97. Lenny Dykstra. Current 2021 Series 1 1952 Topps redo Bryce Harper. Von Hayes, 1988 Topps, longtime Philly Von Hayes was. Here's a current Rhys Hoskins, 2021 Topps. Ryan Howard card. This is an insert from something. I can't remember which one. And Ryan Howard. Chuck Klein, Hall of Famer for the Phillies back in the 1930s. He played a lot of years at Baker Bowl. 1990 scorer John Kruk. 85 Topps, Gary Maddox. Gary Maddox, longtime great Philly. Current 2021 Topps, Andrew McCutcheon. Mickey Morandini, 91 Fleer. Terry Mulholland, longtime great Phillies pitcher. He was on our 93 team along with some of these other guys. 1990 Fleer, Terry Mulholland. Dale Murphy, brief member of the Phillies. People forget that. He also played a couple of years for a couple of games for the Colorado Rockies in 93, but here he is on his 1992 Leaf card with the Phillies. Robin Roberts, member of the Phillies 50 World Series team, Hall of Famer. Early Jimmy Rollins Fleer Ultra card. Here's a Pete Rose card, Topps Coca-Cola 1981. Juan Samuel, longtime Philly great. His was it 80 score, 89 score that was. Kurt Schilling, Upper Deck SP card. Here's your Mike Schmidt. This is a Donruss 87 opening day card. Got a Chase Utley, Upper Deck Timeline. Shane Victorino, I think was it Upper Deck Gowdy? Yeah, Upper Deck Gowdy card. Jimmy Wilson, longtime Phillies coach, manager, catcher, all the above from the 20s and 30s. Jimmy Wilson. And then lastly, I got a Randy Wolf card. Randy Wolf was a longtime great pitcher for the Phillies. So there you go, 30 Phillies player cards as the prize for that trivia question. Where do they play briefly in 1903? while Baker Bowl was under construction. I want to highlight a couple Phillies card sets today. Um, there's been a lot of food companies, nationwide companies that make sets specific for each team. Topps still does this to this day. Every year, Topps comes out with a team set of cards that mirror that year's base top set, but it's different. It's individually numbered cards, 1 through about 18 or 19 or so, and it's just those team cards, just those team members. I always try to get the Phillies, but that's not what I'm showing. I'm showing some of these more regional ones. Here is the 1979 Topps Burger King card. These cards looked exactly like the base set, although they did include some variations in it. So here is the manager card for Danny Ozark, the Phillies manager card. They did not have manager cards in the 79 set. I can't ever speak sometimes. This card, number 1, Danny Ozark as a manager, is exclusive to the Topps Burger King set because they did not make manager cards in the regular Topps base set. Then you get into the regular player cards. Now, the regular player cards are exact duplicates of the actual card, except on the back, the number is distinct. It's like this is number 2 right there. There's no Burger King logo or no nod to the Burger King, I don't think. But it's numbered differently. In fact, this checklist, this header card had a checklist on the back, and it tells you the various numbers. These numbers do not match nor correspond to the base set numbers. So that's one way to tell them apart if you ever find yourself looking at a 79 Topps Burger King card. Tim McCarver, longtime player. There's your Steve Carlton card. Larry Christensen. Dick Rutherford. Ron Reed. All these guys, a lot of these guys were members of the '80 World Series team eventually. Randy Lurch. Warren Brewstar, Tug McGraw, Nino Espinoza, Doug Bird. Doug Bird, this picture was fascinating me. It looks like they just found some homeless guy and threw him into the lineup. That picture of him there. Pete Rose. This is how you know this was a different set, because Pete Rose is another card. Pete Rose's base 79 Topps he's still in the Reds. Because in the offseason, 78, 79 is when he was traded to the Phillies, or I should say he signed as a free agent with the Phillies. And by the time he did that, Topps had already ran the set. They had already printed all the cards, so they have him as a red in their base set, but Topps was able to put a separate card in for this Phillies set that shows Pete Rose as a Philly. Got Manny Trio. Larry Boa, All-Star. There's your Schmidt. Pete Mackanin. I have to remind people that Pete Mackanin, who was a later manager of the Phillies, did play briefly for the Phillies. There he is. Jose Cardinal, Greg Luzinski, Gary Maddox, Bake McBride, and Greg Gross. So that is the 1979 Topps Phillies Burger King card set. I know that there's a Yankee version. I've seen the Yankee version. I'm not sure if Burger King made any other teams that year, but I know they made the Phillies. Similarly, in 1980, they made a Phillies, Burger King made a Phillies card set. And the same thing goes true with that. A lot of the pictures are different. You just don't see some of these in the regular card set. Manager Dallas Green, there is no manager card in the base top set. There's a team card, but no manager card. So this card is unique to the Burger King set. Now, they did a little differently this year. They actually put the Burger King logo up here, but they still have the unique numbering. There's Bob Boone, Keith Moreland, Pete Rose. A lot of these are duplicates. I found it fascinating. There's a couple more. These pictures here, it looks like Topps was being really lazy again. I think there's a couple more of these too. The Phillies of this year, it's like the Topps, they sent a photographer down there for spring training. I thought there was one more. No. And the guy just kind of stood outside the batting cage snapping pictures, because you can see these three, the same guy took them at the same time during batting practice. So not impressed by Topps this year, but there's your Schmidt All-Star, Larry Boa, John Vukovic, Bake McBride, Gary Maddox, Greg Luzinski, Greg Gross, Del Unsa. These are a lot of the Phillies who made the World Series team. Lonnie Smith, Steve Carlton, Larry Christensen, Nino Espinosa, Randy Lurch, Dick Ruthen, Tug McGraw, Ron Reed, and Kevin Sauché. So that is the Burger King set from 1980 for Topps. And again, you can tell the difference here because of the Burger King logo on the back. And it's keeping in line with the sets. I'm going to show you a 1981 set. The 1981 isn't Burger King. The 1981 is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola made a series of card sets for Topps, or I should say Topps made a series of cards sets for Coca-Cola, highlighting some of the bigger stars of the teams because there's not as many as the base set had. Like the base set had about nearly 20 members of the Phillies, and this here is just 11 cards. And if you remember your Burger King, your Coca-Cola cards, there's a lot of different teams out there. Not every one, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't think they made every one, all 26 teams at the time. Or should I say 28? No, it was 26 teams at the time. Was it 26? Oh, see, now I'm going to have to stop and think. Was it 26 or 28? It was 26 because there's 30 now, and there were 2 expansions after this, so it's 26. So you have Bob Boone, Larry Boa, Steve Carlton, Greg Luzinski, Gary Maddox, Bake McBride, Tug McGraw, Pete Rose, Mike Schmidt, Lonnie Smith, and Manny Trio. They made a series of these for all kinds of different teams, and they have the header card on all of them, and the team name changes in here. I don't remember how many different teams they did, but it wasn't every one of them, which was, I don't know why. I mean, why wouldn't you do them all, right? I mean, if Topps has the licenses, Topps has Coca-Cola's national brand, right? I don't know why they didn't do them all, but they didn't. So there you have it, a highlight of everything Phillies today. I'm hoping this will inspire the Phillies to play better. It probably won't, but I had fun showing you off my Phillies stuff. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and all that. Please comment below. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care.